Hey everyone, welcome back to Wrath of Ashardalon. Heroes are in a little bit of trouble, getting bombarded a little bit with 4 monsters on the board now, and we're pretty far away from an unexplored edge. So the plan is we want to let the monsters come to us, potentially, and explore this way instead. Quinn was caught in a time leap last time, and so he's off the board right now, but he gets to go on now on any tile. He will appear on this tile in front of all the other guys. Next, he will cast Sacred Flame onto the cultist. The cultist has armor class of 14, so we'll need an 8 or higher. And we rolled a 13, so that is no problem. The cultist is defeated. And the treasure is a potion of recovery, once again, and one condition on your hero or an adjacent hero. So I will put this with Vistra. Now, I just realized that Quinn has his throwing shield all this time, which gave him +2 bonus to AC. But at the bottom of this, it says, attack one monster within 2 tiles of you. This action does not count as an attack action. And I find this, a little bit overpowered, because to me this sounds like you get 1 free action every single turn. And there's nothing on here that says discard after use. It just says play immediately. And the description says it's a throwing shield. You throw your shield at a nearby enemy, after which the shield returns in a graceful arc. So it sounds like this is something that you just use over and over again, and it would just keep coming back. And I don't know, it just sounds a little bit overpowered to me. Anyhow, I'm going to use this now. I'm going to make an attack. It doesn't count as the attack as part of my turn. And I'm going to attack a monster within 2 tiles. Quinn will be throwing shield towards the snake. We have +6 on this attack. The snake has armor class of 13, so we need a 7 or higher. And we rolled a 12, so that is also a hit. Apparently, after coming through a time leap, you become a much stronger hero. Snake is gone. We do not draw a treasure card because we've already drawn one this turn. Quinn will finish his move, and he will move. He has the ability to move 6 spaces. He is going to move, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It is now the exploration phase, and because we don't have one, we're not standing next to an unexplored edge, so we don't do anything. But before we move on to villain phase, we're cursed. So at the end of the exploration phase, find the monster closest to your hero that is not on your hero's tile, and place that monster adjacent to your hero. The closest monster would be Cobalt Dragon Shield. So he sort of teleports adjacent to the cleric here. Next, I get to roll to see whether I can get rid of this curse. And we need 10 or higher, so I roll a 3, so unfortunately we keep the curse. Because we didn't explore this turn, we have to draw an encounter. And we have a curse, Dragon Fear. Paralyzing fear overcomes you. Whenever you move to a new tile, take 1 damage. Alright, so Quinn has 2 curses on him now. I do not like this encounter, so I will spend 5 experience points and cancel it. So I'll discard this and spend my points. But actually that worked out nicely for us because now our allies will activate. So our elf archers, because they're within 2 tiles of a hero, they will attack with an arrow. So let's do this one first. Sort of close range attack there. Hopefully we'll get a good shot. First attack is a 6. That is a miss because +6 is 12 and Kobold Dragon Shield has an armor class of 16. So second attack is a 13 and that would be a hit. 13 plus 6 is 19 and that is greater than 16. As the Kobold Dragon Shield teleports behind the cleric, the archers reacted quickly. The first one turned around, fired an arrow towards the Kobold Dragon Shield, but the shot was pulled too quickly and the aim was off and the arrow flew into the darkness. Fortunately, the second archer behind him aims, fires, and manages to hit the Dragon Shield, Kobold Dragon Shield, in the heart and successfully defeats him. Monsters are dropping like flies, but we still have the Orc Archer to deal with. The Orc Archer, he is not within 2 tiles of a hero, so he will just move 1 tile towards the closest hero. So he moves up. Alright, Vistra is up. Vistra is going to run for it. She's going to run towards an unexplored edge. So she's going to move 5, and she will first move through this door. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and that would be her first move. And then she's going to move again. And so she is now standing on an unexplored edge. We have, the Dire Chamber entrance. Alright, we have the entrance set up. Now we have to populate the rest of the Dire Chamber. So I have all the Dire Chamber tiles here. And let's see, the first one, we're going to place a tile next to each unexplored edge. So this one, this one, and one more over here. So this is how it looks like. Let's build the tiles. And there we are. This is the Dire Chamber. Okay, having done that, let's read the Prison Guard Chamber card. It says each player draws a villager card and places the token on any chamber tile. Here are my villager cards. So Quinn's going to place Brandis, and Vistra will place Elizar. So Brandis, let's say on this, and Elizar on here. Alright guys, I'm a little confused because there are 5 villager tokens. I just placed 2 because the card tells us to it says each player draws a villager card and places the token on any chamber tile. Well, we're only playing 2 players in this game, so I'm wondering whether that means I only draw 2 cards out of the 5 possible. So that's my first question, because on the adventure book it says to refer to the Prison Guard Chamber rules, but then at the bottom it also says each player draws a villager adventure card and places the matching villager token on a Dire Chamber tile. So that part is the same as this text here. But then it also says keep drawing until all 5 villager tokens are placed. So this actually gave us additional information to put all 5 villager tokens, whereas the Prison Guard Chamber card does not say that. It does not say that we have to keep drawing until all 5 villager tokens are placed. Therefore, this first sentence and this first sentence and this second sentence is actually contradicting each other, because if each player draw a villager card, we only draw 2 villagers. But it tells us to keep drawing until all 5 villager tokens are placed. I wonder if this is in place because this adventure can play up to 5 heroes, in which case you would draw 1 villager per hero, and you would keep drawing until all 5 villager tokens are placed. But since we're doing 2 heroes, I'm not sure whether I do draw until all villagers have been placed. So that's my question here. Now, it would make it easier for us if we draw more villagers, because we lose the adventure when all villagers are dead. So the more villagers there are in the game, technically, the easier the game would be, because that would, I guess, buy you more time. Alright, let's try it out. I'm just going to do 2 villagers, and then now we'll follow the rest of the rules here to populate the monsters. Place the Duergar Captain on the chamber entrance tile. The captain goes here, perhaps right in front of Vistra, and then each player draws a monster card. So let's draw it for Vistra first, and there is a snake. And for Quinn, there is an Orc Smasher. Let's make the Orc Smasher stand over here and the snake over here. Before we end the exploration phase, Vistra will activate 2 arms, and it says use when a new monster is placed on a tile. You and 1 hero on your tile can move your speed. Now we'll flip this card over. Vistra will move her speed, and what she's trying to do is stand closer to the snake, because the snake is going to activate next, and it's going to attack the closest hero, which is going to be Brandis. If we move closer, say over here, Vistra will be able to take the attack instead of Brandis. It's the villain phase now. We are going to activate the Duergar Captain, Margrath. This gentleman has 8 health, has an armor class of 16, and he activates at the start of each villain phase. So he will activate every single turn. Alright, so it says if the Duergar is adjacent to a hero, it attacks the hero with a Morning Star. And the Morning Star has an attack of +8, a damage of 1, and move the hero 1 tile away from the Duergar. Poor Brandis is standing right there. He will swing around and attack Brandis with the Morning Star. Brandis has an armor class of 13. This attack is going to a +8. So we need essentially a 4 or lower. Not very likely, eh? Yep, not likely. So Brandis takes 1 damage. His health is only 2. 1 down, 1 to go. The War Wizard activates, and he is going to move closer to the closest monster. 1 tile closer toward the closest monster. War Wizard will move towards the Orc Archer here, so move over here. Next, the snake activates. If the snake is within 1 tile of a hero, it moves adjacent to the closest hero and attacks with a venomous bite, and it's a +7. So we move next to our hero, and +7. Rolled a 1, so that is certainly a miss. We found the dire chamber. Vistra went in herself without, backup. Our allies and Quinn, they're far behind. Our villagers are under attack by Margrath and the snake and the Orc Smasher. I don't know, things look, these villagers are pretty vulnerable, so we'll see what we can do next turn to protect them.